here today on a field trip at Presence Wellness in Westport, Connecticut with lead trainer Peter Icovello. He just opened this brand new studio.
Hello.
I wish we could convey the scent. I don't know what scent is it.
Ling Ling.
Ling Ling. Because for our prenatal clients, they are very sensitive to smell.
Yes.
A lot of
Yes.
women in pregnancy, and so he has the smells just right, and it's really a beautiful studio, and we invite you to join. I'm going to maybe move my phone a little bit back, just to make sure the mat is in view, and maybe I'll move the mat a little bit back. Sorry.
It's all good.
Just so you see the feetsies. I think that should do that. I think that should do the trick. Okay, so Peter, I'm yours. I'm gonna grab a sip of water, and we are going to talk today about Revolve triangle and why that is a no-no in prenatal. So triangle is like this. Revolve triangle, which we should not do, is twisting. I don't even really want to do it, but I guess I will. It's twisting like this. You cannot do that in prenatal because you're torquing the middle. And we talked about how your hips and belly button, they need to be laser beams. You can move that whole unit to one side, the whole unit to the other side. You can move this whole unit forward, but maybe not jerk so much. The whole unit smoothly over, but you cannot wring it out like it's a wet cloth. So if you are pregnant and you are in a class, because not every yoga teacher is even Yoga Alliance certified, and certainly most yoga teachers are not RPYT certified prenatal. They might not know. So when you're in a yoga class and someone says, let's do Revolve triangle, or you see them revolving, you can modify by keeping it together and, sort of doing a pyramid, which we'll see next week. So maybe instead of Revolve triangle, you can do pyramid, which we'll see next week, or you can do regular triangle, which we did 2 weeks ago, because last week was review. Okay, I'm yours, Peter, so.
Great. So thank you so much, Ashley, for this platform, and welcome to Presence Wellness. It's so nice, exciting to have you here, and I'm excited to be your guide for the next hour to hour and a half to introduce the peak pose, and we're going to go over safety. And just as a sidebar, as we always say at the beginning of all of our videos, please check with your doctor, make sure it's okay. If you are a high-risk pregnancy, I suggest restorative yoga, yin yoga. I don't suggest you do any of these poses. You just never know. You want to always be safe. Safety first. And with that said, today's posture, as Ashley said, just to piggyback off what Ashley said, and just to add one little piece is, anything revolved that requires from the torso, think about the belly button up or right above the hips up, no in pregnancy, whether you just found out or whether it's your last day, and any time in between, avoid twists as much as possible. Avoid twists. That's all I can tell you. Avoid them. No bueno. Okay, so Ashley, I'm gonna ask you to sit on a block to start, or a blanket, and I have extra blankets if we do need as well. So what I'll ask you to do is let's just center ourselves for a few moments. Close your eyes or have a soft gaze. And just begin to think about the intentions of today's session, today's class. Every time we set out on a journey, whether it's working out, driving, or whatever it is, wherever we're going, whatever we're doing, we always have an intention. Maybe today's intention is just to honor this beautiful life that's growing within you. And with that said, moving with a little bit of more mindfully, with care, right? We have this thing that we're nurturing, this beautiful being that's growing within us. And notice that gift. It's a gift. And then very, very slowly begin to float the eyes open and just notice how you feel, Ashley. Just notice. And let's just start with a couple little seated cat-cows, all right, to start. So just place your hands on your thighs or knees, slight bend of your elbows, relax your shoulders. And then inhale again. As you move forward, move very slowly. Move forward, inhale. Drop the head back. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round your spine. Yes, it is okay to round and concave. Inhale. Nice full inhales, nice full exhales. And remember, when you're breathing, it's not a deep belly breath. It's more just an overall entire body breath as you inhale and exhale and move in. Nice and slow. Inhale. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears, chin to chest. Exhale, round your spine. Just 2 more of these. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Nice full inhale. And exhale. And then coming to your neutral spine. Placing the left hand onto the earth, right arm reaches out. Extend the right arm up toward the sky. Now, walk your left hand out just a bit. Look down at your left hand and look up at the right. Take any kinks out of the neck and shoulders. Press that right hip down and then reach over. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Feels so good to stretch the side body, whether you're pregnant or not. Inhale. And then exhale, lower that right hand down. And then inhale the left arm out. And up and then over. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, looking up towards the left. Exhale, looking down to the right, just to change it up a bit. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. And then inhale, lower that left hand down. Now, we're not supposed to twist. However, you can reach that left hand on the outside just to get a stretch on the outer edge of that left, on the outside of the right thigh.
Okay.
There you go. Don't twist the upper body. Keep the shoulders.
Super advanced.
Keep the shoulders and just get a little stretch along here. Feel that stretch along the tricep there? Back of the arm?
Like
you pull,
maybe, yeah.
You have to
like
pull a little bit. Gotcha. All right, now let's just get the outside of the right hand, so switch hands. And maybe you want to pull this, get a little twist, a little stretch. It's always good to stretch the arms out. All right, and then Ashley, let's make our way into a standing position, Tadasana, mountain pose. You know, that's my favorite. So is chair. All right, so again, we're going to work towards a peak pose. However, in any class that you're working towards a peak pose, you always want to warm up all of the joints and muscles. All we did here is just warm up the upper body. So now we're going to take care of the lower body and weave our way into the upper body by doing some sun salutations. So inhale, the arms reach out and overhead. Reach up, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Shift your weight forward. Beautiful. Exhale, knees down, chest and chin.
So for
Yes.
pregnancy,
For
so
prenatal.
if you do knees, chest, chin, you can do it with blocks to create space.
To create space.
And then I was basically modifying the sun salutation, instead of knees, chest, and chin, kind of just going into up dog,
Going into up
and
dog.
then instead of baby cobra,
Yes.
going into cobra with blocks.
However, if you're in your first trimester, you
Yeah.
can do baby cobra if you're okay, comfortable lying on your belly.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, cool. And yeah, it was,
So yeah, so this is sort of like an assisted or an elevated cobra or up dog. So if she was going to do up dog, she would tuck her toes under and then lift the thighs every so often. Yeah, there you go. There's the up dog. Beautiful,
and
actually.
for up dog, do you have your legs together or apart?
It depends on the sensitivity in your lower back. I always like the legs together. Why? Because it helps you engage your glutes more. Breathe in, shoulders away from the ears, open through the chest, keep lifting up to the crown, spread your fingertips wide. One more breath in, and breath out, press back to child's pose. Now, child's pose, again, we need comfort. So her hands can be on the block. If you're showing and you have a little belly, you can take a bolster, or in this case, we have a blanket. You can place the blanket under the forehead, or you can place the blanket under the belly for support, depending on, again, you can place the blanket under the belly.
Like how would you, like kind of if you're
No,
like for
yeah.
like a tripod kind
No,
of
no,
thing?
no. Just flat, nice and flat like a bolster. Just like that. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, like maybe
On your
more
chest.
on the chest.
Yeah, chest just to
make space
support.
for the
Mhm.
belly.
And then again, always to turn your head. You can do that too. Always turn your head to one way or the other, depending on what you're working on. Great job, Ashley. Okay. Inhale. Press yourself up into tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog.
Sorry.
It's okay. So when you're pregnant and you're new to yoga, or you haven't done yoga in a while, or you're a little nervous, it's always good to move slow. In our classes, we move slow because we want you to feel your way through each posture. So in down dog, Ashley is stretching the entire back body from the back of the neck when she lets her head go, pressing her chest towards her knees, to the back of her legs. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Come to a forward fold and hang in Uttanasana. Hug the opposite elbows, let it completely go. Good job, Ashley. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And you're on your next inhale, press into your feet and then round your neck to shoulders and then press up to rise to stand. Beautiful. So that's just a sun salutation to warm up the whole entire body. So we're going to do it several times. And each time we'll move a little faster. Not fast enough so that you get your heart rate going, but fast enough so that you can feel a little warmer. Inhale, so reach your arms out and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Stretch those hamstrings. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press back to plank. Step back to plank. Exhale, knees down, chest and chin. You can grab the blocks if you'd like. If not,
Do you feel more comfortable
with the blocks.
Well, like for
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, and then press yourself up into up dog or cobra, whichever you're feeling today. You can hang out for a breath or two in your up dog or cobra. Again, in cobra or up dog, the same posture is a back bend. Really deep back bend. Opens up the front side of the body. No, you're not hurting the baby. You really helping with your posture. Stretch out the front side of the body, strengthening your chest, strengthening your core, arms, shoulders, upper, mid, and lower back, and hamstrings. Tuck the toes under as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. In down dog, again, Ashley stretching the entire back body. Stretching the calves, the knees, behind the knee, hamstrings, glutes, the lower back, mid, upper, and neck. Now from here, Ashley, step your feet towards your hands, come to forward fold. Hug the opposite elbows. Hug the opposite elbows. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Can I ask an anatomy question here?
Please do.
So I noticed in my forward fold, there's like a curve of the spine. So what's tight? Like why is the back not straight? Is it really just about the hamstrings, and when those open, the back will
So
lay straight?
where are
or
you talking about the curve? The lower back or the?
the upper back, or I mean, I don't know, what does it look like?
Meaning like you
I
can't
feel
get
like
your,
it look like my back looks like a sickle.
well, we do have natural curves. We have an S in our spine. If you look at it from the side, there's natural curves in our spine. So maybe you're holding your head here a little bit. There you go. There goes the curve. You were holding your head, not even realize. Did you feel a little pressure back there? Now you feel less?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do think it helps to kind of shake it out.
Shake the head, yes, shake the head now. So that's one thing. If you're feeling like there's a little tension in the back of your neck, or you feel like that curve is not, you always let go of the head. That's the last piece. Sometimes the yoga teacher will come around, and I'll demonstrate. The yoga teacher will come around and literally just massage the back of the neck here, just like this, so that the back of the neck lets completely go down. This is relaxed. Now from here, inhale, half lift. Exhale, press into the feet, rise to stand. Arms reach out and overhead. Hands to heart center. Relax the elbows to relax the shoulders, relax the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. So one more round of sun salutation, then we'll build into our peak pose. We'll build slowly. We'll integrate other poses to build to our peak pose. A revolved triangle. Even though Ashley will demonstrate revolved triangle, I'm going to show you.
I don't want you to do it again. I'm super nervous
Got it.
because sometimes people on YouTube, they like don't listen to the audio,
You
and
got it.
I don't even want. I
You
showed
got
it to you one time, guys, in the beginning, and I was nervous to even do that. So,
All right. So we won't do it, but we're gonna.
but it being on the prenatal playlist, you know, I think we've said our piece on it.
Yes, we
so.
can. All right. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Now holding plank. In plank, she shifts her weight forward, her heels over her toes. Belly pulls in towards the mid-spine. Good. Elbows roll in. Yes. Knees, chest, chin. Always know the blocks are there for you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. That's okay. Listen, we're not perfect.
So here, I'll demonstrate. I'll demonstrate cobra.
Exhale, downward facing dog.
A little cheat.
You're allowed to
Facing
cheat.
dog.
Your arms are tired. A lot of up dogs, a lot of down dogs.
In the past, we've done down dog with blocks actually to make it a smoother transition, and it really seems to open up the underarm as well.
Yes.
And feel like a little bit different of a stretch.
Yes.
And it also feels like less pressure on the wrist, which
Yes.
is nice for pregnancy people as weight increases.
As weight increases, and it helps if you have a little touch of carpal tunnel, because sometimes sometimes you get carpal tunnel while you're pregnant. It's just something that happens. Walk your feet towards your hands. Forward fold. Breathe, let the head go completely. Yes, there you go. Let the head completely go. Breathe in, breathe out, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, rise to stand. Now we'll start integrating some more poses so that we can build to our peak pose. So from here, actually, inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Belly in, shift your weight into the heels, but just by lifting your toes for a second, shifting the weight into the heels, looking directly out in front, pull the belly in. Think about, yeah, see that little pull of the belly she just did there? That little adjustment, these self-adjustments are great. Drops her sacrum down just a bit more by pulling the belly in even more. See, she took the curve out of her lower back there. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, hands come to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot back to high lunge. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next inhale, extend the arms out and overhead. Exhale, lower that right heel down to a 45-degree angle. That's 90, 45, yes.
Okay.
We're going for warrior one, right? So warrior one. Breathe. Left knee over the left ankle, right? Pressing to the outer edge of the back foot. Right here, so Ashley's beginning to warm up the legs a bit more. Adding some fire to the quads. Adding some fire to the hip flexor on the right side. Hamstring, glute on the left. Breathe, Ashley. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, fold at the hip. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Exhale. Inhale, up to up dog or cobra. Whatever you're feeling today. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Give Ashley a lot of props. She does a lot of working out for us here. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot towards the right hand onto the ground. Beautiful. Inhale, press into your right foot. Energize that left heel. Step up, rise up to high lunge. High lunge. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lower the arms to be right out in front of you, parallel with the earth. Exhale, lower that left heel down at a 45-degree angle. Beautiful. Warrior one. Nice. Now, again, Ashley is strengthening her right quad, hamstring, and glute. She's going to have her right knee come forward over the right. There you go. See, that's how you give a cue without touching. Press into that outer left heel. Good to straighten out that left leg. Good, that gets that glute going on that left side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, fold at the hip. Exhale down. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, press into your feet, rise to stand, mountain pose. And just rest in your mountain for a few minutes. We're adding a little bit more, integrating a little bit more. So we're going to keep building with extra poses. So we have a few poses to help us get to our peak pose. Breathe, Ashley, doing great. Isn't she doing great? Give her a round of applause, everyone. Doing so good. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead.
I want to give a round of applause to our teachable customers because they're amazing.
Exactly.
Make it possible and inspire us every day with questions.
Exactly. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, step the left foot back to high lunge. Exhale, left foot comes down at a 90-degree angle to warrior two. So in warrior two, notice that Ashley did not twist her. She's not doing any twisting. She's aiming her hips. Don't worry, we'll have her twist around. So she can come around the other way too. So from here, we start building, as you can see, into what would be revolved triangle. So this is warrior two. I'm gonna have her, Ashley, inhale, lower her left hand behind her left thigh, and then reach her right hand up. So she's reaching up with the right as if someone's pulling, and here's a little cue. You can have her press her right knee forward just a bit. Good. And then as if there's a little hook here, she pulls that right arm up to get a stretch and strengthen right through here. She's strengthening the back part of her leg here into the glute and stretching. And if she feels a little kink in her neck, she can always look down and then look up. Breathe, Ashley. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms come to parallel with the earth. Exhale, begin to windmill that left hand forward and step the right foot back to plank. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Why am I going fast with these? Because her arms get a little tired. She's using those arms a lot. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps forward to the left block or wrist. Inhale, press into your left foot, energize that right heel, rise up to, she can rise up to warrior two, or she can go to high lunge. Whichever. So I prefer high lunge first. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, as she lowers her right heel down, extends her left hand forward, right arm back. So see, this is exactly what she looked like when she did the other side. Beautiful, Ashley. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, left hand lifts, points toward the sky, right hand reaches behind you, reaching up to Peaceful Warrior. Keep pressing through that left knee, left foot, and reaching up with that left hand. Good. Stretching, strengthening. So you're strengthening your oblique muscles, stretching out, strengthening your glutes, hamstrings, quads. Beautiful, Ashley. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms reach out to parallel with the earth, looking over your left hand. Exhale, windmill the arms down.
That was the left.
Exhale, windmill the arms down, and then inhale, step back to plank.
He asked the tough questions.
Exhale, knees, chest, chin.
You will not be tested on your right
Inhale.
and your left. So if that's a breaking point, so.
Yes, that's a breaking.
Apparently I was not to earn my degree.
We all struggle with this. Mirroring is the most challenging, and then when you're in the pose, it's challenging too. Breathe in, breathe out, inhale and exhale. Inhale. Tuck the toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, rise to stand, mountain pose. Reach your arms out and overhead. Mountain pose. Palms facing forward. And just closing our eyes to check in. How do we feel? We're getting a workout and a half or 2 or 3 maybe. Inhale and exhale. Yep, water break. Good time for water. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Why do I always start from chair pose? Because it's a knee. I want you to fire up those glutes, fire up the quads, fire up the hamstrings. Inhale, step the right foot back to high lunge. Exhale, open to warrior 2. So notice in her warrior 2, I'm just going to go over a little cue here. Notice in her warrior 2, she didn't twist her torso, she twisted from her hip. Can you demonstrate that one more time, Ashley?
So we were in high lunge.
High lunge, right?
And so, I mean, I guess you could even kind of be like,
Yeah.
I like to
There you
sort of
go.
make the robot
Yeah.
sound to
No,
really
it's
like,
perfect.
like
Perfect.
if you're like, you know, if you're a Lego and you don't have so many
Exactly.
flex points, so
Exactly.
imagine a Lego, you can twist the legs
Yep.
or twist the torso,
Torso.
but you can't squeeze, like if the torso was a wet shirt, you couldn't squeeze the water out of that wet shirt on a Lego, so don't squeeze your wet shirt as a pregnant person, I guess.
So
That makes
notice that what we talked about, twisting from the hip versus from the leg. Actually, she only twisted from her left hip. And her hips came forward. She didn't wrench her body. Could you just stay in that position and just twist your upper body? Just
Oh
twist
wait,
your...
so don't do this. I just been on it.
Yeah, don't
But
do this.
basically, if I'm like
Exactly,
this,
exactly.
So it's like
we don't want you doing that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That is a twist, but being like
Yeah, that's
being a
contrary.
robot.
Yes.
Robots are prenatal safe.
Yes.
So
Right.
you
Okay.
can think of robots as pregnant. So yeah, when in doubt, be a robot. But yeah, this like that's
Yeah.
no.
That's
no good.
contraindicated in pregnancy. All right. Now from here, inhale, reach that left hand up, right hand comes behind you. Peaceful warrior. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now inhale, straighten out that left leg. Then exhale, bend it one more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, stay right there. Now, we're setting ourselves up for success here. Setting ourselves up for our peak pose. So instead of going into our peak pose, I'm going to do a modified version of it, and we're simply going to do triangle pose. So Ashley's going to reach her left hand forward and her right hand behind her. So warrior 2 with the arms first. Lower the shoulders away from the ears first. She wants to go for the pose, you know. I'm not going to let her. Now, a little anatomy key here. Drawing your shoulder, let's see if her palms are faced up, it helps lower the shoulders away from the ears, and then you reorient them to face down. It's one nice little cue that I've always done. Now her left leg is going to be straight. And then from here, she's going to reach out over her left foot. Yes, you can do this while you're pregnant. Just as an anatomy self-adjustment, I'm gonna have Ashley take her right hand onto her right hip and then peel her right hip back. Yes. And keep reaching out over her left foot. Beautiful. Now she's just gonna take her left hand, wherever it lands, it lands. She's gonna lower it, it lands on her knee or her shin. She begins to walk it down. Walk it down. Beautiful, Ashley. And then from here, she pulls her right hip back a bit more. Good. And then extends her right arm up toward the sky. And she's not dumping all of her weight, as you can see, into that left leg. She should be able to just float that left hand, and the core is what's holding her here. The core. Breathe. One modification, if she wanted to, she could take her hand onto a block. It's one modification to help support. If you feel like if your belly's too big, you can put 2 blocks, 1 block, whatever's in your practice. And then from here, what I'm going to have Ashley do is she's going to take her right hand and simply place it onto the block. Good. Just rotate your hip as well. There you go, onto the block. Now, if we were doing revolved triangle, which we aren't, her left arm would extend up to the sky, she would twist, and she would face the left. But we're not doing that for our purposes. So this is the modification in pregnancy to do a revolved triangle if the teacher offers a revolved triangle. If you're in a prenatal class, they won't offer it, but if you're in a regular class, here is a modification for it. You can rest both hands onto the blocks, or you can use 2 blocks if you'd like. One on either side.
Oh, if it's okay with you, I just kind of want to go over that to cement it in, because I like this modification as sort of like a triangle lunge almost.
Yep.
Because in a regular class, if it's a vinyasa class where it's more flowy and you want to keep the idea of the flow, this allows you to sort of do like a half twist. So basically, if you're in a class and they have you go from triangle to revolve triangle, which would be all the way around, you just stop at the forward point, and this would be the modification. So in a class, if they said triangle, and then they said revolve triangle, you would start to revolve with the class, but you would stop at this center point,
Yep.
and you wouldn't continue to the other side.
So you're getting the benefits of the core strengthening, you're getting the benefits of the legs, you're getting the benefits of still the same benefits. The only benefit you're not getting is the twist, which you should be doing anyway.
We can call it half revolve triangle.
Sure, or modified, or a modified.
So
revolve.
triangle and then modified revolve triangle.
Exactly.
Stops, dead center.
Exactly. So now from here, what I'm going to ask you to do, Ashley, is put the blocks onto the second height. Beautiful. And then you're going to bend your left knee and step back to plank. Beautiful. See that modification? Very easy. No twisting of the torso. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Exhale, press yourself up into cobra or up dog. Your choice. Inhale. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, Ashley. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot to the right block, right hand. Beautiful. Press into your right foot, energize that left heel. Inhale, and then exhale, press up to high lunge. Beautiful. High lunge. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale and exhale. This is actually good that we're going to the other side because they can see that you're not twisting. So from here, inhale, and then exhale, warrior 2. Open up to warrior 2. Right hand forward, left hand back. Now the adjustment I was talking about before, she's going to flip her palms, face the ceiling, see her shoulders came down, and then her palms are going to face the earth there. Her right knee, again, we did this modification in another video. It's a great modification for the knee. Just hold the block square. She presses the knee forward. One more modification. We want her to turn on that left glute, right? We want the left, this whole entire left side right up into the glute working. So you can step right into your student's foot and have them press towards the outer edge. Beautiful. And one more modification you can do is you can just open up through the arms. That helps pinch the shoulder blades together more. Good job, Ashley. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left hand falls behind the left hip. Flip the right hand to face the ceiling. Peaceful warrior. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. And then exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten. There's a reason why I do this. And exhale, bend it. Warms up that quad, warms up the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, stay right there. Beautiful. Now from here, both hands come to parallel with the earth again. So warrior two with the arms. And when her arm is up in the air, that's just reverse triangle. That's all that is. Reverse triangle. From here, begin to lean out, reach out over your right foot. And then take your left hand, peel your left hip back. Good, peel it back a bit more. Good. Nice, Ashley, good adjustment. And then your right hand can reach for one block here. Beautiful. And then your left arm up toward the sky. Beautiful, Ashley. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Good. Peel the left hip back more. Good. Imagine if you're pressing up against the wall with your left glute, left hip, and I'm just going to take a little kink out of her neck. That's all. We don't want Ashley's neck to overwork. Breathe, because then I'll have to massage it later. I'm also a massage therapist. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next inhale, let's come into the modified, our new pose, modified revolved triangle, lowering that left hand. Beautiful. So keep the legs the same way. Keep that left, yep, there you go. So now you're still getting the benefits of the lower body, the twist in the lower body, the glute strengthening, the opening through the quad. And you might want to just come to your student and just say, press into my foot. Good. And keep pressing into the inner part of the right big toe. Good. And now imagine squeezing your thighs together. That turns your obliques on. You feel your obliques working, feel your core working. Breathe. And then you just might want to just have your student just, yes, take any kinks out of the neck, shoulders away from the ears. Just those little modifications. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, if she was going to do revolve, this hand would come to this block or shin. This arm would reach out like a windmill and reach up, and she would twist her whole entire, this shoulder would come through and twist this way. We don't want to do that while we're pregnant. No, no, no twist, no revolving. Beautiful. Now from here, Ashley, lower the block to the next height for support. Inhale, step your right foot back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press yourself up into cobra or up dog. Exhale, child pose. She's been working hard. She deserves it. She earned it.
So as we discussed, you can use a block or a blanket. And if you put your cheek on one side, you can put your cheek on the other side.
Good job, Ashley. Give her a round of applause, students.
Good night.
Good night.
Just
Working
kidding.
hard.
We're not
Working-
done yet, guys.
No way.
Don't go anywhere.
Working hard. Don't go anywhere. She's working really hard, though. Breathe in, Ashley. And breathe out. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, prop yourself up into tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, left foot forward, forward fold.
Okay.
See, she was anticipating.
There's a little battle of the wills, you know.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
who gets it? We kind of fight over who's in charge.
I'm never in charge of anything. The only thing I'm in charge of is waking up in the morning and making my coffee. After that, the rest of the day is not mine.
This is why he gets along with women, by the way, and why he's the prenatal expert, because he knows who's in charge.
Absolutely. I have a daughter, granddaughter, a girlfriend,
And a lot of pregnant
and a lot of
clients.
pregnant clients, and a lot of female clients, so they're all in charge. They dictate my schedule, which is fine with me. I just show up and play. Inhale, hands to shins. Half lift. Exhale, press into the feet. Rise to stand. Mountain pose. Beautiful. Very nice, actually. Bring your feet a little closer together for our purposes here. All right, so we're going to work this sequence a little bit faster and through both sides. We're gonna add one more pose though, in between this. So I'm gonna add one more pose. So inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, press into the feet, chair pose. So we went to chair pose a different way. So see, you can do chair pose many different ways. You don't have to just go from Tadasana. You can go from Uttanasana, chair pose. So just come into a forward fold one more time. So in Uttanasana, or a standing forward fold, stretching the entire back body from the back of the feet, the heels, all the way through the back of the neck once she lets her head go. See? Shake the head, yes, shake the head, no. And then from here, inhale, half lift, placing the hands onto the shins. You're strengthening, you begin to strengthen because you're contracting your hamstrings and glutes. Exhale, pressing into your feet, chair pose. Now you're strengthening your quads, hamstrings, glutes, core, upper back, shoulders, neck. And if you spread your fingertips just a bit, your triceps and biceps begin to turn on. Actually, just pull your shoulders back just a bit. Good. Pull the belly in, drop your sacrum down. There you go. There you go. That takes the kink out of the lower back. She has a little lift in her toes, just a little lift. Why is she doing that? To shift the weight into her heels, so that the entire back body lights up. Hamstrings, glutes. So we're going to hold this for a little while longer. Maybe we'll hold this for the rest of the video. What do you think, class? Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, step your right foot back to high lunge. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, warrior one. So we're going to trick her a little bit. Warrior one, lowering that right heel down at a 45-degree angle. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, open to warrior two. Good, so that right foot would turn even more. Turn that right heel in. So that goes to warrior two, yep. And you turn the right heel in. That's the left.
Okay, the right heel's more like 90?
Yes, you go from 45 to 90.
Okay, awesome.
Or if people don't know what 90 and 45 is, because when I first started yoga, I didn't know what the hell that was. You can say parallel to the back of the mat. Back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Front foot parallel to the side of the mat. So that's how I cue. This 45, 90, who cares? I'm not in geometry. I don't want to measure. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Now I want Ashley to just open up a bit more. How? She's going to flip the palms to face the ceiling, even though she did that, and then lower them down. Good. And then have the palms face the earth. Pull the shoulder blades in towards one another. Beautiful. Look out over her left hand. The other left. Breathe in. Inhale, flip the left hand, right hand comes behind you. Peaceful warrior. Breathe. So she's reaching up from the underarm, not the shoulder, the underarm. There's a difference. And she can look down if her neck bothers her. Yep, there you go, look up and down. Beautiful. Couple of breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, straighten out the left leg, and then exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Why do I do this? I'll tell you in a second. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and hold. Why I do that is because I like to warm up that leg from holding a static pose. I would just like to hold it up a little bit to fire up the hamstrings and glutes. It's a dynamic type stretch. And then from here, actually, both arms come to parallel with the earth. So warrior two with the arms. Warrior two with the arms. There you go. See, I said parallel with the earth, there's a little puzzle. So that's why I switched it to warrior two. You have to learn to read the room, students. So not everybody's going to understand your cues. So you may have to have multiple cues per pose or what you want them to do with their arms.
I also have to say that anyone can become a yoga teacher and a good one with our method. We have 100% success rate. You may be a genius, and congratulations on you being a genius, but you do not need to be a genius to be an awesome yoga teacher.
That's right.
And and with our live blips and bloopers, you can gain confidence that you can even be a better yoga teacher and surpass your teachers.
Yeah, so like she said, blips and bloopers. This is behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. So there are no behind the scenes moments. These are behind the scenes. These are the scenes. So Ashley, begin to reach out over your left foot. Reach, reach, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Take that left hand to the left shin. Right arm reaches up. Good job, Ashley. Now, if she wanted to give herself a self-adjustment here, there's two things she can do. She can lower her shoulders away from the ears first. Take her right hand, place it on her right hip, and peel her right hip back. More, yes. And if she really wanted to peel it back a little bit more, see how she adjusted, self-adjusted there? Good job, Ashley. Good job. Now extend your right arm up toward the sky. Now look down to the left. Look up to the right. Now, pull the shoulder blades in towards one another. Good. And open the chest more. Good. So you see how all those little micro adjustments. Last adjustment here is to turn on those inner thighs, is to squeeze the legs towards one another. Squeeze them. She'll get a little taller when she does that. That engages your pelvic floor. Very important as you're pregnant. Engages the pelvic floor, strengthens the inner thigh, strengthens the hamstrings. And then from here, I'm going to have Ashley simply turn her right arm down toward the earth, and then just look for the blocks. I can hand them to her, but if she didn't, she can always reach for them. She could bend her knees to reach for them. And here we go. She's in her modified, if you're in a regular class, or you like, even though if you like Revolve Triangle, obviously it's contraindicated, so I wouldn't do it if you're pregnant. But if you like it, like to get into the pose because you like what it feels in the legs, here's an adjustment. And this is going to lead us into our next video. Stay tuned for that one. So we're building and building and building to lead us into our next video. Beautiful, Ashley. Inhale and exhale. Lower the blocks to the second height. Inhale, step back to plank pose. So she has to rotate. Did you see she rotated that right foot to the ball? Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now, if Ashley was 6 months pregnant, 7 months pregnant, pregnant with twins, I don't think I would necessarily do knees, chest, chin.
Yeah.
So can we just do one little demonstration, Ashley?
Definitely. That's what I would say that.
So walk the blocks forward just a bit. I will fix the blanket for you. The reason why we have blankets because Ashley is.
So yeah, these curls don't come easy, and Peter doesn't like me to get at my goop on his nice Maduka mat. So basically, you know, like you have a blanket for the couch the dog sits on. Peter gets his blanket for me. So he saves the good mats for his prenatal clients, but I have to be on the blanket. But anyway, but it's worth it.
But that's it's a yoga blanket. The dogs haven't been on it yet.
just the down dog.
Just the down dog, exactly. Just the down dog. Now inhale, arms reach out and overhead.
But I do have to say it's quite cozy, and I think having been pregnant 3 times, I think I wouldn't mind the texture of it. Sometimes these textures are comforting. So
yes.
it was a happy accident that we recommend to a friend.
Exactly.
Okay, so
inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So if Ashley had a belly, I'd have her bend her knees more. Good. Give herself space. Inhale, step back to plank. So instead of exhale, knees, chest, chin, I might just have, I'm going to do 2 things here. I'm going to have Ashley untuck her toes and then bring the upper body forward and up to up dog.
Yeah,
so that's one way to enter, up dog. Now if I wanted her in cobra, I would just have her lower her hips a little bit more and bend her elbows. But again, if she has a belly and she's showing, maybe I wouldn't have her do. But if she's not strong enough to hold she's not strong enough to hold herself because of the extra weight, I would just have her do plank and just modify herself, come back into up dog a little bit. Just modify herself somehow into this up dog. Maybe bend her elbows ever so slightly, lower the knees a little. Many modifications you can do here.
And also you can use a blanket.
Yes.
For under the thighs for
Under the
support.
thighs.
But yeah, it works nicely, I think, from plank. I like the toes, that makes a good transition, so thank you for that teaching tip, to up dog, then to cobra, or doing it with a blanket, plank, toes, up dog, cobra. That's very gentle with the blanket, and then
It's
down
also
dog.
very, it
So
also feels very supportive.
that also keeps it with a 12 pose sun salutation.
And it's
The
safe.
big counter.
And it's safe.
So up dog, cobra. Do you want me to go into
So
down
down
dog?
dog. Now, step your feet towards your hands. Forward fold. We have a whole other side to do, I didn't forget that.
I'm
Inhale.
trying to distract you.
I know you are. Inhale, press into the feet. Exhale, rise to stand. Mountain pose. Rest in your mountain pose for just a brief moment. So that was her left leg was forward. Now we're going to do the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chair pose. Shift your weight into your heels by lifting your toes. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, step the left foot back to high lunge. Beautiful. Exhale, warrior one. Good, 45-degree angle. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, open to warrior two. So back foot parallel with the back of the mat, front foot parallel with the side of the mat. Nice job, Ashley. Shoulders away from the knees. See, self-adjustments. See, now soon she's gonna be able to teach herself. Inhale. Flip the palm of the right hand. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. And an exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend, and hold. Inhale, straighten. Reach out over the right leg, parallel warrior two arms first, and then reach out over that right foot. Lower the right hand onto the thigh or shin. Take the left hand, peel the left hip back. So watch, you're gonna peel her left hip back more. Peel it back, there you go.
Super tight.
Even more. You can do it, there you go. Now, imagine if she had a wall, right? She would want her whole entire butt pressed up against the wall. So she would press the whole thing up against the wall. Beautiful, Ashley. Now, I'm gonna ask Ashley to take her right hand onto the block on the outer edge of the right. Beautiful. And then from here, she's going to pull that left hip back just a bit more. So that's something to work with, right? And then now she'll squeeze her thighs in towards one another. This is an amazing, amazing pose for her. This is not easy. And when you're pregnant, even less easy. Just straightening out her neck there. Beautiful, Ashley. Now from here, begin to look up at your left hand, follow it all the way down and around as it comes to the block.
And then kind of like a Lego.
Yep, exactly, exactly. So here we are, modification. Again, this is our method. This is not necessarily how they teach everybody, but when I teach a private session, person who's not pregnant, I bring them to this pose first before I move them into Revolve Triangle. I want the body to get used to, because if they've never done Revolve Triangle, and it's not that everybody can't do Revolve Triangle, most people can. There's just a version of it that's different. Some people use a chair. Some people use blocks. Some people just use their own legs. This is more stable and more safe for a person who's never done it, or pregnant, or has balance issues.
Yeah, actually that reminded me, getting the prenatal degree doesn't just help you serve prenatal clients or help you experience your own pregnancy. It actually makes you a better all-around teacher, because at the end of the day, does it really matter if someone's restriction is because they just had spinal surgery or they're pregnant or whatever? Like, restrictions are restrictions are restrictions. The actual, we're not here to be medical doctors, the actual reason for their restriction isn't what's relevant, it's how do you teach people that have certain restrictions. So this makes you a better all-around teacher, which is more teaching tools in the tool belt. So.
Well, again, and if you have a client who wants to do private sessions with you, that's not pregnant, but has restrictions or limitations or whatever, you can think about using yoga as a therapeutic value for them. This is a great way to build core strength, great way to build upper body strength, great way to begin stretching the hamstrings. We won't go into that yet. That's our next video. But this pose right here, we're gonna leave this pose here as a prelude to our next video. I'm getting you excited about our next video. Take a deep breath in, Ashley. Inhale. And then exhale, step the right foot back to plank pose. Lower the blocks if you like. The next height. Untuck the toes. We're gonna make believe you're a little bit larger. Exhale, up dog or cobra. Beautiful. Breathe in, breathe out, inhale. Exhale, child pose. Here she goes, making her own adjustments, own modifications. Good job, Ashley. And when you're doing your private client, or you have a small group, because prenatal is usually small group classes, you can come onto the side of your student, press their thighs a little bit. This always feels good. Massage the back of the neck a little. Make them feel good. Make them want to come back to you more and more and more. Give them a little press in the upper back. Again, no pressing, as we discussed in other videos, no pressing in the lower back. I'm a massage therapist and I suggest no pressing. Even if they feel a little tight here, you can press the outer edges, but not directly on the sacrum or the lower back, this area. Think about like where your sacrum is to your lower back. You want to avoid pressing down. You can press the sides, press the thighs, and then if you want to, you can take one hand here and just like kind of stretch this area. How? Not pressing down with any hands, just pulling it away. Like pulling this away. Do you feel a gentle stretch here, Ashley?
It's so awesome, and like even the thigh thing, I think is great for teachers starting out that aren't really 100% on their anatomy. You know what the thigh is. Maybe you don't know what the sacrum is, but you know what the thigh is. So that shockingly, really, we're all connected, right? The hip bone's connected to the this and that. So pushing down the thigh actually moves the same ground down. Yeah, so that's been a really good stretch. And it also brings awareness to the unevenness of sides. If someone is tighter on one side than the other.
Yes.
Sometimes women holding a purse, they get a little unbalanced, and yoga is a way to find rebalance in all ways.
Yes.
Physically, mentally.
Emotionally, yep. Okay, Ashley, I'm gonna have you make your way onto your back and hug your knees to chest. She deserves a little rest. So this is just the opposite of child's pose. So now with this pose, right, knees to chest, if she had a little belly, she can bring her knees to chest. But if she was showing, I don't recommend putting pressure. So I always would say have the knees come away from the rib cage. Knees away from the rib cage. Good job, Ashley. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Now from here, Ashley, we've been doing a lot of back bends, but it's so important to keep the back strong and core strong in pregnancies. So from here, I'm going to integrate a pose that we haven't done in any of our videos yet. It's a relaxing pose, yet strengthening pose. So from here, place your arms alongside you. alongside you, closer to the body. Yeah, palms facing down, shoulders away from the ears. And now from here, begin to lift the knees away from the body. Good. And extend the feet toward the sky. Nice. Now I'm going to have Ashley walk her shoulders away from the ears just a little bit more. Good. And then just bring the feet away just a little bit from the body. Yes. So what we're doing here, this is called dead bug. My favorite pose, whether you're pregnant or not, male, female, anytime, anywhere you are in life, this is one of the best poses you can do in yoga. Why? Because it is a relieving pose. So we have lymph nodes in our feet. If you're pregnant, this is a great way to help your feet or ankles that might be swollen. And you can strengthen your core as well. You can stay right here. If you're feeling adventurous and you want a little bit more heat, a little bit more strength, you can begin to extend the arms toward the sky. Shoulders away from the ears, not the upper body, just the arms. Palms facing in towards one another. Now lower the shoulders away from the ears. More. Good. Bring the hands in just slightly closer together. Yes. And this begins to strengthen your core, upper back, lower back. Now, if your lower back has a tendency to go out a little bit, you can bend your knees ever so slightly. So just bend it. Yes, there you go. Still getting the same benefits. Breathe, Ashley. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And then now from here, begin to draw your right knee in towards your right armpit. Right knee towards the right armpit. Use both hands for a moment. And now, flex your left foot. And then on an 8 count, begin to lower your left heel to earth, using your core to lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, slower. 4, 3, 2, and then have your left foot reach the earth. Beautiful. And then from here, she can stay right here to stretch out the upper part of her left thigh and right hamstring. If she wants to take this a little further, she can reach for the big toe of the right foot with her right hand and do a half happy baby. That gets hamstrings, that gets inner thigh, outer thigh, it gets left quad as well, left hip flexor. If she wanted to take this a little further, she could take her right foot on top of her left thigh, right foot on left thigh, and just keep her right hip onto the ground. Left hand reaches across on the outer edge of the right knee, and begin to just bring the right knee over, but keeping that right hip down so she doesn't twist. And this might be it. This might be her stretch. It's a great way to open up that right hip. Great way. Breathe here. Do you feel the outer edge of that right hip stretching?
So my back is really tight.
Okay.
And so I was saying in an earlier video, you feel it in your tightest point. And so I think for me in this moment, I'm not even able to stretch my hip because
Lower back is tight?
yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. But definitely sometimes in yoga classes, people want to be super impressive and touch everything to the ground, but really think about what you're trying to achieve. So like the most important thing we're trying to achieve is not twisting our torso.
Right.
So bring this knee down to the extent you can while keeping your glutes squared on the mat.
Squared, exactly. Oh.
Now I'm starting to feel the
Nice.
stretch.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to hold these stretches a little bit longer because sometimes it takes a moment or two for the stretch to come to you versus you going to the stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And then now from here, Ashley, we're going to take both hands around that right knee and pull that right knee in towards the right rib cage. Beautiful. Now pull the left knee into chest. Good. Nice. And then from here, extend your right leg up toward the sky. And then very slowly on an 8 count, begin to lower your right leg toward the earth. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, Ashley. Doing a half happy baby on this side, so her left hand will reach for her left big toe. She can take the right hand if she wants and keep pressing that right hip down. Good job, Ashley. And then from here, she could begin to take her left foot on top of her right thigh. Left foot on top of the right thigh. Why do I repeat it? Because some people switch. We all have this right-left thing. So now she'll keep her left hip down as best possible and just bring her left knee as far as the body allows her to go across. As far as the body allows. Good job, Ashley. Good job. You might feel less on this hip, you might feel more. Each hip is different. So Ashley expressed a little tightness in her right hip. So we're going to address that by stretching out the psoas in a relaxing fashion. Stretch out the psoas in a relaxing fashion. So I'm going to add a little therapeutics here while she's stretching and unwinding. We have a lot of work for the legs, core, arms. So it's always good to find that balance, a little rest with a little exercise. That's why yin and yang is so great in yoga. And from here, Ashley, take a nice deep breath in, inhale, and then exhale, draw that left knee in towards your right, towards your left rib cage, over to your left armpit. Beautiful. Open to the groin and hip. Now, take your right foot planted onto the earth, left foot plant right next to the right. Now, normally, if you were in a big class, you wouldn't be doing this, but with a private client, you can do this, or you can always tell your students, have their blocks close by them. So I'm going to have Ashley do 2 things. One thing, she's going to do 3 things here. Sorry, not 2, 3 things. First thing she's going to do is she's going to walk her feet towards her hands. Walk her feet towards her hands. Just graze her heels with her fingertips. That automatically takes her shoulders away from her ears. And then she's going to press into her feet. Inhale. Exhale, lift her hips up toward the sky. Go nice and slow. Then I want her to stretch her shoulders out. So what is she going to do? She's going to walk her hands beneath her shoulders. Yes, if you're pregnant, you can do this. Yes, if you're pregnant, this is safe. I'm going to have Ashley engage her glutes. And I like to give the best cue on the planet, I think, to engage glutes. Imagine you had a little tissue right between there. Or my other cue is you have to go to the bathroom and there's no bathroom in sight. And you're in a car. And you're stuck in traffic on the FDR. Or we're in New York. Or if you're in LA traffic, which I hear is worse, imagine you have no place to go to the bathroom. That means engage those glutes. You're getting the center of those glutes to build strength. There are a lot of yoga classes and a lot of people that say, don't engage your glutes. I say, why not? I always say engage your glutes. Why? Because you want a strong lower back. You want a strong pelvic floor. We sit on our glutes all day long. See, her face is turning a little red. That's because she's engaging her glutes and core simultaneously. Stretching her chest, stretching her shoulder. If a client or a student says they can't breathe, have them lift their chin a little. Breathe. Now release the hold. Beautiful. No, don't lower the hip shape.
Okay.
You're going to take, no, you can release the hold, but don't lower the hips. You're going to take the block place it under the hips. And then very slowly, you're gonna bring the hips toward the earth. Find a comfortable spot. Now it's different every time we do this. And then now, watch this. She's going to bring her knees into chest. Remember I said 3 things. Knees into chest. So this feels really good on the lower back. And if she wanted to massage her lower back, she would take her hands, place them on her knees, and just gently just rock the hips side to side, just gently. And some people actually rock themselves off this. I suggest you don't do that.
And I just wanted to say a safety tip we discovered for prenatal is if you start rocking without your hands on your knees, you have the potential of maybe doing a dangerous twist.
Yep.
But if you connect your hands with your knees and you rock, you've now made yourself a less mobile unit, and you have reduced the risk of torquing your torso and causing injury to the womb.
Exactly. So now I want Ashley to take advantage of this while the block is there, and I want her to do a little bit more of what I call lymphatic drainage, or to get the swelling out of the ankles and calves. So from here, she's going to come to stillness. She's going to bring the knees together, but away from the belly, knees together. And then from here, she'll rest the arms alongside her and extend the legs toward the sky. Now, this is more of a restorative. We're not necessarily working our core. This is more restorative here. This feels really good and nourishing. And then you can consider this an inversion, which is very restorative for the body, very healing for the body.
I want to add one thing here. Menstruation is not totally relevant when you're pregnant, but I just want to say that in yoga classes and yoga philosophy, they say don't do like inversions during menstruation, but in Western medicine, there's been no known science behind that. So I just want to clarify that
Thank you.
to our medical knowledge, there doesn't seem to be an issue with inversion. So
That's
something
great.
like this, we're based in New York and we're rooted in generally accepted Western medicine and science as mainstream yoga school, and there does not seem to be a medical issue for any healthy person, regardless of pregnancy or menstruation, to do an inversion like this.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Sorry, boys, this
No,
is prenatal,
no.
so we get in the nitty gritty.
Yes. So from here, Ashley, I'm going to have you gently bend the knees, and you're going to plant the feet onto the earth, and then draw the soles of the feet together, and let the knees just drop open. This also feels really good on the lower back, neck, and shoulders. You're stretching. Great job, Ashley.
This feels amazing, by the way.
Yes. So imagine being pregnant, doing this. As long as you're not high risk. Again, I'll say it again. As long as you're not high risk, this is a really great pose for pregnant women. If the block feels a little too tender, you can always place a bolster or a blanket beneath you, or a pillow. If you're doing yoga at home and you don't have access to yoga blocks, again, a yoga mat, yoga blocks, yoga blankets are not necessary to do yoga. All that's necessary to do yoga is you and your body. You can roll up a pillow, you can take a pillow off your couch, you can even take the cushion off your couch. To me, there's no excuse.
Yoga was invented before blocks and bolsters and yoga mats were invented.
That's right. That's right. And then from here, you actually begin to extend, begin to draw your knees together. No.
Okay, sorry.
Just bring your knees together. Now extend your legs. Beautiful. And just let your feet just drop open, just like in Tadasana. So you can even take a Savasana this way. What is Ashley stretching here? So when she was in the supported butterfly with the knees bent, she was stretching her inner thighs, stretching her quads, and slacking her glutes to take any pressure off the glutes. With this pose, I'm going to have Ashley place her hands on right near her belly button. This is where your psoas begins. So a little higher up onto where the belly, yes, that's where the psoas begins. And then you can begin to slide your hands down toward the top of your thighs. That's the whole entire psoas. It goes to that. And it attaches to the upper inner thigh. Psoas is your hip flexor. When you sit at a desk all day, that becomes very tight. And that can cause or contribute to lower back pain. So opening up the front side of the thighs and psoas, hip flexor, just like this, in this fashion, you begin to release a lot of tension in the body. And then from here, Ashley, I'm going to have you plant your feet onto the earth. Lift your hips up toward the sky. Slowly slide the block out from beneath you. And on an 8 count, I'm going to have you lower your hips toward the earth. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees to chest. And then from here, plant your feet onto the earth. And extend your legs directly out in front. Coming into Savasana. Savasana. And in Savasana, there's nothing to do. No place to go. Nowhere to be, but here and now. Begin to take an internal scan of the body as you soften the space between the eyebrows by relaxing the eyelids. Relax the jaw by parting the lips. Palms face up, ready to receive this day. Inhale and exhale as you feel the support of Mother Earth beneath you. Just noticing. In our Savasana meditation, it's not about forgetting. It's about inviting. Wherever you are, be all there. That is what presence is about. That is why this business was created, is to be present. To be present with what is. To be acceptable. To accept what is. To be here now. Just inhaling, exhaling, letting it all go. Take about 5 more rounds of breath. 5 more rounds of breath. And then very, very slowly begin to bring awareness back to the body. Begin to wiggle your fingertips. Wiggle your toes. Gently, gently rotating the head from side to side. planting the feet onto the earth. Here's another cue, folks. Normally we would, some people just twist. I would say roll the entire body over to one side.
And I'm using our trick to kind of attach it.
Yep, bring the knees to chest. Yep, roll together. And you can stay here if you'd like to nourish. Begin to press yourself up into a seated position, sitting on a block or a blanket to keep the hips nice and open. And just close your eyes for a brief moment. And notice that if anything has shifted for you, just noticing if anything has shifted. Do you feel safe? Do you feel nourished? And drawing the hands to heart center. Bowing our chin to chest, relaxing our shoulders and elbows down towards the body. Taking it all in. Taking this moment in. Thanking our body for the gift of being able to move and to nourish and flow. Building strength from within, creating space from within, nourishing, caring for this beautiful gift of life that is growing within us. Lifting our head in gratitude for all that is, and for this moment. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. How do you feel?
I feel awesome and energized. So it's kind of cool to expend energy and finish feeling like you've just drank energy. So
Yay. Well, that's...
natural energy.
Yay.
So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, everyone on Teachable. We love getting your questions and comments. It helps us serve you and it helps us get our A game on to be the best teachers we can be. So be active and use us as resources, and we aim to please. So thank you so much and have a blessed day. And